All right, guys, welcome back to another edition of the Level Up Podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Cornelius, and I have a special guest, a member of the networking group that I'm involved in, Heather, is it Layman or
It's layman, yeah.
Heather Layman? Okay. All right, Heather Layman. If you don't mind, just tell the people who you are and what kind of business you run.
Yeah, well, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've owned several businesses over the last 12 years. I've bought businesses and sold them, and I've built businesses and sold them. Currently, I took over a gym. It's called Phase One Personal Training out in Tulsa. And I took that over about 3 months ago because the gym owner was not doing very good, and I had owned a gym before. So that's one of my adventures right now. And then I also, I'm in the real estate industry. So I invest in real estate. I buy property, I sell it, and I do long-term holds. I have a commercial property that I rent out right now, and I'm also a realtor. And I'm looking to purchase another business before the end of the year. I'm kind of looking at several different businesses.
To the people that want to buy businesses, what do you look for in a business? Is it, a business that has clients already, or do you just buy like businesses, no matter what shape they're in?
Yeah. Well, the gym, I always look at finances. I always look at stability. I always look at market. And I also look at the employees. Do I have, a good solid backbone in place already? What is the potential? What's the upside? How long is it going to take me to break even? Because that's always the most important part for me is the break even, right? So I'm not coming out of pocket anymore. Um, and with this gym, it took me about 3 months to come back and break even. So that's not too bad at all. And then with buying other businesses, I also look at this business that I'm getting ready to buy. I'm looking at, the profits that it's already bringing in. Is it already bringing in capital that I can live off of? I look at businesses in all different ways. The gym, I'm already working out in it. So it's like, that's just kind of a bonus for me. I
Okay.
had to get it back to break even real quick so that I have a gym to work out in still. And I didn't have to, pay the bills on it. And so that was the reason why I bought that business. It wasn't really a business to kind of make me money. As a business because the gym owners or the gym trainers love what they're doing already. They didn't want to move. They loved their clients, and so I took it over so that they could continue doing what they loved, and so that I would continue to have my trainers, and I didn't have to go somewhere else. So
Wow.
so yeah, I invest in businesses for all different reasons.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I was a part of a gym. They went out of business and they just closed the whole thing down instead of having somebody like yourself come in and take over the business. But yeah, that's very important. Why do you think since you're in the gym business, why do you think most gyms fail?
I think a lot of gyms fail because they don't. This gym wasn't marketing properly. And they were getting out in the public, but they weren't getting out in the public the right way. Um, they did start incorporating some more advertising and marketing there towards the end that was working for them, but unfortunately it was too late. They just didn't know how to, you have to really know how to pivot, and you have to know how to pivot quickly. Whatever's not working, you have to be able to change it really quickly. And so it's a lot of business owners' first mistakes is not being able to pivot quickly, and learning from the mistakes quickly. And I believe that that's why this gym was going under, was because they didn't know how to, they didn't understand. He had never been a business owner before. So he didn't understand. He held on to the same marketing that he was doing for a long time, and not realizing, hey, this is what's not working. We need to change it. Plus, he was paying an employee that wasn't doing their job, not, not releasing people that are not doing their job and you're paying them way too much money, just things like that, not understanding um, how to reorganize your business and pivot.
Yeah, I totally get it, and that's one of the things that I'm trying to work on now is, putting the right people in, the right positions, and outsourcing stuff to, people's wheelhouse, what they're strong in, putting those people in that position and, pivoting like that, because I mean, you can't do everything on your own. So that's very
Exactly.
important what you're doing. And it seems like that you have like the foresight to see, where people are strong at and, how they can help grow your business.
Yeah,
So,
that's from 7.5 years of retail.
wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the industry that I was in had a really high turnover rate. So you learn how to
Okay.
hire people. And
Yeah.
one of my mottos is hire slowly, fire quickly. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's good, man. You gotta One thing that I'm noticing about business, you got to take the, emotions out of it, and because I'm not gonna lie, like this morning, I went to a job interview. I'm trying to, build up my finances to put in my business, and
Yeah.
I put down that I was supposed to be at there at 9:30, but it was actually 8:30, and she was like, "You're supposed to be here, an hour ago," and I didn't argue with her. I was just like, you know what, I'm going. And instead of me sitting there and being like, no, can you please, pleading with her and stuff, I was just like, I'm going, because I mean, there ain't no need to just sit there and, try to,
Right.
be
Yeah.
all anxious and stuff like that.
Honesty and accountability goes a long way for sure.
That's right. Yeah, so it's I'll probably get there well, I will get there one day to where I have to hire people and fire people. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Like, what do you look for in a person and what kind of characteristics they have, to be a part of the team?
Oh gosh, it really depends on what business I have as to what I look for and the position that I'm hiring for.
Hmm.
Yeah, I used to own smoke shops, so the retail industry is a little different. I was looking for people that were a little more bubbly, that could talk to people, that wasn't afraid to upsell.
Hmm.
Um, things like that. In the gym atmosphere, you have to be bubbly as well. You got to be able to connect with people, talk with people, um, and be a people person. And in most of the industries I've been in, you must be a people person. If you're not a people person, you're just not going to make it in my industries.
That's right.
so so yeah, it really just depends on the position I'm hiring for, as to what I'm looking for. But I can usually tell within 30 to 60 days if you're going to make it in that position or not. I've gotten pretty good at reading and evaluating people. And usually I
Hmm.
don't
Yeah.
fire people unless I don't have another position for them. I usually evaluate them and I'm like, okay, hey, where does this person fit into my company?
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for my dog.
No, no, it's fine. I couldn't even hear him. But yeah, that's some good advice. This channel is about, I started off as a fitness channel and then I like gained all this extra weight. So I had to kind of pivot. I did just recently lose like 50 pounds and stuff, so I'm back on my journey. But I wanted to make this more personal and make this kind of like a personal brand and help people like level up just in overall life. One thing that I noticed is when you take your health serious, that it improves all the other areas of your life. If you want to add on to that
Yeah,
about
so that's the reason why I exercise. I exercise in the mornings because for me, it gets my juices flowing, the brain power going, and
yeah,
and that's what does it for me. There's a lot of people out there that say that working out in the evenings is good for them, So everybody's different as to what time they like to exercise. But but yes, as far as the body, it helps brain function. It helps to circulation in the body. It helps detoxification, liver function, kidney function. All of the different functions in the body. Just movement. And you don't have to just go to the gym. You can go for a walk. You can go play pickleball, just all kinds of different activities. So it doesn't matter what you do as long as you're moving.
Yeah. Yeah, and another aspect too is reading. I see you have a very extensive library back there. What kind of books are you currently reading?
So I love to read books about business and other entrepreneurs that have come from nothing and built something big. Like those are my favorite stories, and just motivational stories and things like that. But mainly entrepreneurs and business is what the stuff behind me is. What I used to do. I used to be a nutritional therapist, so
Mm,
I have a lot of books on nutritional therapy and health and wellness and stuff.
yeah, that's good. That's when I was studying at the NASM, and it's like totally different. Like you basically like you cannot. What I've learned is you can't give somebody a diet plan. Like if you're a personal trainer, you can teach them how to do all the movements and stuff like that. But when it comes to nutrition and stuff like that, you actually have to know what you're talking about to actually and be certified to actually give them a nutritional plan. So there's a debate, is exercising more important or what you eat in the kitchen? What's your take on that?
Close the door real quick. She's getting pretty noisy.
Uh-oh,
Um,
no, that's fine. I can't hear
so
nothing.
I feel like everybody should definitely get their nutrition on board
Mhm.
while exercising. I believe that nutrition is the most important. A lot of people will spend a lot of time exercising and in the gym and get very, very discouraged because they don't have that nutritional aspect in check. And then now they're not losing the weight and they're not seeing the results, and then they get discouraged. So I really truly believe that the nutritional aspect is the most important.
That's right. Yeah, because my trainer back in the day, he said that been around for a long time, and he said that most of the people in the gym they come back every single day, but they look the same because you can work out as long as you want to, but if you're not getting your diet on point, then you're gonna stay the same basically.
Right, right.
So we are, want to be mindful of your time, but before we go, you mentioned you do real estate as well. What is the market right now, and should people be in fear of the, inflation and all of that right now? Where's the market at right now in real estate?
Well, I'm not a financial advisor, so I have to put that out there.
Uh,
But what I'm seeing in the real estate is about half and half. It's both a buyer's market and a seller's market. And it really depends on what area you're in Tulsa, Bixby, Broken Arrow, Owasso, or wherever you're at. It really just depends on because you got pockets where it's a seller's market, you got pockets where it's a buyer's market. But I'm seeing a really even split throughout. And of course, the interest rates are starting to come down. I think it's a really good time to buy a home right now. People are still kind of scared of the interest rate, but I always say, buy now, and you can always refinance later when the interest rates go down. So,
yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I bought my house in 2022, and the lady she told me that back in like the 70s or something like that, like interest rates was like crazy, like 17%, but people still bought, and they're making money to this day because
yeah,
it's a good investment. Price of your home is gonna go up regardless, so
right, right.
never be afraid of that. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. I appreciate your time, and you gave some great value today.
All right, I
uh
appreciate you, Jeremy, for having me.
Absolutely. You want to give the people, how they can contact you if they want to, join the gym or get some. You do online training, or
Yeah, we just started some online training.
oh,
Yeah, so they can go to phase one, and it's the number one, phase one personal training Tulsa.com if they want to do some online training, or we do group fitness training. We do functional and corrective training as well.
okay. And the really, you got to send me these links too, by the way, so I can put them
Okay.
down in the description.
Yeah,
I got a little small channel, but it may help.
it's all right. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, send me the links. And the real estate. You know, tell them about the real estate as well. Where they
Yeah,
can.
I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Select out in Tulsa. So, and they can reach me at hlayman at cbtulsa.com.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And once again, all the links will be down in the description for you guys. If you guys want to check it out, if you need real estate or if you need personal training, um, Heather Layman is a certified personal trainer. You know, so I haven't got to that level yet. But if y'all need training, if you want to level up in life, you want to, reach your fitness goals, you know, get with Heather Layman, and she will definitely help you guys out. Thank you so much for coming on. I greatly appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
Have
you're
a great
welcome.
day.